What is up and welcome back to Voodoo. This is gonna be probably one of the biggest things that we do to the R8 yet. It is SEMA crunch time. Oh, sorry, I just ate a spicy hot wing that the guys gave me and I regret it immediately. It's October 20th. The car has to be in Vegas by October 30th. We've got most of the car taken apart. We got bumper off, exhaust system off, engine covers, wing. Transmission is all unbuttoned, but there's a couple things that have to come out to make room for it. All the oil has to get drained and this guy has to come out. This thing might have to come out, the hydraulic fluid, and then whatever the transmission fluid return and line has to come out as well. Also, as an added bonus, Bill Stein sent brand new coilovers for us, so we're gonna take this thing off and replace it with the new coilovers. And there's a carbon diffuser going back on that has to get these grills glued to it. Wow, that hot wing is really spicy. So I'm gonna get underneath the car now. We're gonna take this metal pan off so that way I can drain the oil to get the oil reservoir out. This was a lot of work and we are not even halfway there. Oil has to get drained first. Two plugs here. I made a mess. Oil's been drained at everything. Now we're gonna get this thing out. This is preventing us from being able to get this out. This is the goal. I wish, it's right there. It's like right in front of you. I wish you just pull it out. Not that simple. So I'm gonna get all of these hoses off. And then I'm gonna start undoing screws at the bottom and they should, in theory, pop out. I got these hoses disconnected, that hose disconnected, which leaked a lot more than expected. The one underneath there disconnected and all the bolts loose. So all I gotta do is pull this thing straight out and it's surprisingly a lot lighter than I thought it was gonna be. We're not sure yet if we have to pull the sway bar out to get it. I'm gonna find out right now. There it goes. Money. Yes, sir. Even though this came out without the sway bar, we're still gonna have to take the sway bar out. It's not the end of the world. Sway bar comes out and then this comes out because we're gonna use, you said, the engine cherry picker?
Yeah, so we're gonna use the engine hoist to actually chain up the whole transmission, pick it up, and pull it out.
So we need some more clearance, so they gotta come out. So we've jacked up this side to release the tension on the sway bar so that way we can unscrew it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. It's not the end of the world. We'll have it out here in no time. All right, while you guys are working on that, a cool car just showed up. It is not any of these exotics. It is a Japanese Century, as you can tell by the right-hand drive. This thing's basically a Cadillac, but from Asia. Look at the dashboard. Even the dashboard is in Japanese. Oh yeah, I can read that. I don't think you guys realize how much room is in this. Mad comfy. There's so much room in here. And factory curtains on the door? Get out of here. Look at this. Cam, let's go to the club. We were just about to let this thing go. We accidentally pushed a button and this thing pops out. Is this television? Can you get? I want to play Pac-Man right now.
Clearly the joystick for film.
Read the instructions, man. Also, this thing has a massage in it. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. This is a 96. It has massages in the seat. My Audi doesn't have this. Inspector Gadget's mobile, you're gonna push a button and some crazy stuff's gonna happen. See what I mean? Like,
that's Pac-Man dots, that's what you wanted.
Okay. Oh man. What? Fun and stuff.
Phone?
No way.
Yeah, it has a phone.
No way.
Of course.
Actually,
Tape
oh my god, is this a tape deck?
Tape deck.
Oh.
No way. I bet you that's $1,000 on eBay.
Yeah, dude, look at just how well kept this car was. Yeah, this opens. Open this. Oh my god.
Oh, that's where all the...
This is where you recline.
Whoa. This feels like a first class seat in Delta. Yeah, I want to go on a road trip. Matt, buy this car. It's only 12 grand.
It's only 12 grand?
That's what he said.
Is that a joke?
Yeah, haggle him down to 10 and let's take it. I'll split it with you guys. Everybody throw a G or two in. Oh, this as a daily would be killer. Spin it.
I don't know what this is for.
To sleep. You can lay all the way down. You can make that part flat. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, this is definitely a road trip car. Okay, now I changed my mind, Matt. You don't need to just buy this. Whatever it takes, we're gonna steal it. We're gonna rob a bank. Whatever it takes. This is the coolest car to ever pull up into the lot. Luxury to the max. There's Bentleys and Rolls Royces that I've seen that are brand new that do not have this many features and this much comfort. And that's a V12. Yeah, if you own this car, you're the president of something. Crazy to think, it came all the way from Japan. It ended up New day, and this is very cool because every single car on every rack has a Voodoo exhaust on it. Almost every one of them. The R8 exhaust came out, but it does have the Gen 1 center exit. 570 here has one of two, the rare 570 center exits. If you have McLaren, yes, we do make center exits for these too. The 488 here has the full Voodoo system on it, complete with the diamond cut pista tips. This is an added option you can get, but a really nice touch to stand out so you don't look like the other peasant 488s who look really hot. And then finally, the F8 down here is getting its full Voodoo exhaust as well. Double Porsches. Sterling and Jared here. Jared with his GT3. Tell us, which one would you rather have? The 3RS or the GT3, because I've driven this car and just spec the way that it is with the wing and the color, bucket seats and the 5-point harness and the cage. This thing is awesome, but I've also driven this car. This one's a lot of fun too. This one's really loud, but so is this one. All right, got all the bolts off the hydraulic reservoir. This is the hydraulic fluid that the transmission uses to shift the R-tronic. Hey, look at how many bolts. There's like this many plus one more holding in just this. Okay, look at this nonsense. We got the axles removed. We got everything yanked off this possible. There's a never-ending amount of grounds and cables and electrical plugs that come off. And then we finally get to the part where we get to remove these big nuts and the nuts that are in here as well. And of course, if you look here, you'll see there's like there that I haven't gotten yet, but they basically go in a circle. And every time you get all the way around, you get to a point where you're like, oh no, that one is behind something that I have to remove. It leads you on a side quest because like, see this guy right here? That bolt, this guy can't get removed until the whole steering fluid got taken out and drained. So that means we have to order steering wheel fluid and deal with this mess just to get one bolt out. Today's the day, the tank is clean. The tank is clean. Time to pull the trans, baby. We're not gonna be able to lift this by hand. Everything is detached. And I mean everything had to come off this. It was a lot more assembly required than we assumed. No, this is not all the stuff that came off. This is just the stuff that came off in the last like 2 hours. Use this for engines.
Pick up heavy stuff with it.
Could've used this on my ex-girlfriend.
Well, she only holds 2 tons.
Oh, okay, maybe it wouldn't have worked on my accent. Yeah, I'm just excited to see this thing come out so that we can see the clutch that I've been so desperately trying to get to. Is it easier to do a clutch replacement on a Mustang or domestic car or something like that?
I can do a Mustang in about 4 hours.
Oh my God. I spent 4 hours today just trying to get like 2 different reservoirs off. Yeah, the clutch is like literally in the center of everything. It is just buried under everything. But the good news is because everything is coming out, we can now service a bunch of other stuff. That means the car gets an oil change. That means it gets a flush of its power steering fluid. That means it gets a flush of its transmission fluid. That means all of these seals and everything that gets loosened and taken off now gets a second set of eyes and a chance to get tightened down because this car's 10 years old. And anything that we can replace while we're in there, like a slave cylinder and O-rings and some bolts and other things, are all getting replaced with brand new parts. All balanced, chained up. Nice and easy. Haha! The clutch. All right, it's time to take the actual clutch off. It's Monday, by the way. We have 4 days to get all of this reassembled. Looking at all the little bags of hardware that I labeled as I quickly disassembled it, and I don't remember what some of these things are and where they go because there's a whole bunch of parts up there. So I think the hard part now is to just remember where everything went. Kalen, there's a bolt pattern to take this off.
Yeah, it's usually when it cross them out. If you take them off all one side, it can actually warp the plate. I know we're not using it again, but it's just good practice to take it off in a cross pattern.
When you're replacing a clutch, you want to get new hardware too. We got a couple O-rings that are going to go in here. These 3 screws, which I'll figure out where those go later. And then the obvious ones that he's taking off right now. Brand new hardware is a good idea if you're already in there. Here's the clutch. Here's your friction material. It's falling apart. This guy has heat spots and rings on it. This also needed to get replaced. Couldn't resurface that anyway, which is why it's great that Spec sent the full package. We got the flywheel and the clutch. Well, we tore apart the OEM clutch just because we wanted to make a huge mess for no reason. Speaking of mess, parts cleaner. This is a great time to make sure all your parts look super clean and brand new. And brand new. Kalen's having fun with the pressure washer out here. Hey, Kalen, what are those red Cheerio things?
These are new Prothane transmission mounts.
Oh, sick. Wait, why do we need new mounts? The other ones were fine.
At about 80,000 miles, it's not a bad thing to change them. We're already out.
So what's the advantage to changing these? Is there any kind of performance difference or anything?
So this is a urethane. This isn't rubber. So this is a lot thicker and stiffer. It won't want to rotate so much in the mount, so it's going to hold a lot stiffer. So you actually put that power to the ground instead of losing it in the twist.
And they also make engine mounts too. Is that what this is?
Beautiful, all billet with a Prothane insert in it.
And this does the same thing, just to the engine. Less rotation, less twisting and turning, help put the power down. And definitely a good idea if your car is 10 years old like mine. Rubber parts start to fall apart as we're figuring out. And little sockets right here. Those 10 bolts, $181. And we just now found out we needed them. Overnighted to us now, and we're doing everything else we can to not lose a day of assembly. Diode dynamics. Look at this spread. Look at how many LED lights, cables, and control modules they sent us. Kalen's putting that on right now. He's pretty pretty good at this stuff. You got the side skirts on, you're doing the front, you're doing double strips, right? Oh, there we go. So this is gonna shine down on the ground. So this side skirt that Euro Tuning sent is a perfect setup to be able to put the LED strip on. Sides, front, rear, and engine bay, and interior. And they can all be controlled by a remote. You can pick the color, you can pick the pattern, you can pick the frequency if it flashes, anything like that. And we're thinking, at least for SEMA, all light blue for Bilstein's colors. All right, quickly, very quickly, Kaylin got LEDs installed in the engine bay here and underneath the car, and it's all controlled by this app. Check this out, make it green. And then we can make it purple. An exact color match if we want to match the wrap, capture color, and now all of the lights are the exact color as Bilstein. I'm talking about, oh, if we really want to get exact, we can do this. Well done, Diode Dynamics. Where are you putting lights on the back? We got to show off the Voodoo system.
Every flat surface.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna have lights under each fin, over the tip, and then on the diffuser, we're gonna do a strip right across.
This is also a diffuser for a GT, so there's normally a brake light there, so we made this to match it, and this is the same material we used on the Active Aero Wing, so it's all gonna match. Can't wait to see this thing at night. Flywheel is on, and there's dots and screws and stuff. Kaylin, what are we doing?
Working it right now, there's a sequence to go 44 foot-pounds and then 90 degrees. Gonna go through, do the 44 on every single one, make a dot, and then go back through, make a 90, and then make a strike.
All right, so a dot means it's been torqued, and a strike means that it's turned 90 degrees. The fuck is... Kaylin, what are you doing?
Well, we have to line up the input shaft with the clutch, front four-wheel drive shaft. It's in the trans here that goes through the whole thing.
So 3 different things have to line up?
This shaft, input shaft, and then all the bolts.
Just input shaft and that shaft and the bolts. Easy, easy. It is Thursday. We have technically half of today and tomorrow left to finish off the R8. Trans is basically going back in, and then we just have to reconnect everything.
Oh yeah, the easiest part.
Yeah, it's just put back together what we took apart. That's all
Actually, it's not bad. So now that everything's clean and it's all labeled, it's just gonna go right back in. No problem.
Okay. All right, Kaylin said it's easy. We should have this thing done by lunch then. Guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Ed? Dragging the loudest thing in the shop across the floor. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel, guys. We're gonna be at SEMA next week, and yes, of course, the vlog is gonna be there, so you're gonna get complete coverage of it. Now listen, last year was like, nah, because of COVID. This year, SEMA's gonna pop off. It's gonna be crazy. I know some of the builds that are going. There's some awesome cars there and a lot going on in Las Vegas, so make sure you subscribe to this channel, because every Tuesday and Thursday, you're gonna get yourself a vlog. TT Twin Turbo, you can remember that. We'll catch you on the next episode. God, I hope we finish this. Peace.
Trip out of Cali, Arizona to the valley, fast cars like a rally, but you never won the words.